Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Life with Brian. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day out there. I'm in my 2018 Maserati Gran Turismo MC trim, which is the one to get. But the video today is not so much about, obviously it's car related, but it's not really so much about anything I'm doing with the car or any mechanical issues or anything like that. It's kind of a random video I was thinking about when I shot my video a while back about Maserati perhaps Maserati going extinct, if you will, because the sales are pretty poor and it's not been profitable. It hasn't been profitable for quite some time. Alfa Romeo, same thing. But I was thinking kind of, why is it that the few people who do actually, I guess, buy Maseratis these days, why do they actually get a Maserati as opposed to, something else, some other type of Italian exotic? Why would they get an Alfa Romeo, instead of Ferrari or Lamborghini? And I think that one of the reasons why people, or the few that do, get Maseratis is because, and again, I don't want to, paint with broad strokes or stereotype, everyone. But I think that one of the reasons that people might get a Maserati is because of the Maserati name, right? The brand, the idea that, hey, I'm driving a Maserati, which, it's still a car that when you say, hey, I have a Maserati or I own a Maserati, I think people still respect the brand, I guess, if that's the proper word or verbiage. I think obviously even, especially maybe non-enthusiasts, when you say, oh, I have a Maserati or I drive a Maserati, like, oh, cool, wow, you have a Maserati. That's like an Italian sports car, right, or Italian exotic. And, they don't really think of the Ghibli or whatever, some of the recent Maseratis that kind of don't really live up to the idea of what the Maserati lineage or the heritage should be. But it still has panache to it, it still carries sorry guys, my phone just died on me for a second there. But anywho, I think people still get Maseratis because of the brand, right? The idea, the image, the ability to tell someone, hey, I drive a Maserati. I think it makes people think or feel like they're driving kind of a higher end, exotic, luxury car. And it can't be because of extreme comfort, reliability, performance, technology. It's not any of those, right? Because I can't think of anything that Maserati is at the forefront of. So it's not like, okay, I drive a Toyota because it's a Camry. Yeah, it's super boring, but it's incredibly reliable and it will always get me from A to B, and I can drive it till the wheels fall off. It's not that. It's not I'm driving a McLaren, which is freaking impossible to maintain. It's stupid expensive and overpriced and overrated, but hell, it's a McLaren. It's fast, it's glitzy, it's just whatever. It's just 2.1 seconds acceleration, this, horsepower, that. So Maserati is not any of those things. Why the heck would you buy a Maserati? And I think it's because it's a more affordable option for people who don't want to drive a kind of somewhat upper middle tier car. I guess that makes sense, guys. Maybe instead of driving like a BMW or a Mercedes, kind of obviously not the upper tier, but not like an M series or an AMG sort of deal, but kind of a mid-tier German equivalent, or maybe even like a Lexus. You can say, hey, I'm kind of standing out from the crowd. I maybe have some disposable income to throw around. Hey, I drive a Maserati. And I think it's a way to kind of look the part, but not necessarily, having the means or even wanting to spend the kind of coin to get like, a full-fledged exotic, like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or a Pagani. Obviously, if you're going to go even up a level beyond that, if you're looking for like that Italian exotic. So I would say kind of similarly, same thing for Alfa Romeo, but really for Alfa Romeos, there's not really, I mean, other than the Giulia, right? The Giulia Quadrifoglio, fantastic car, love that car. You guys know how I feel about that car. But I don't think you're really driving around a Giulia or a Giulia Quadrifoglio to kind of flaunt, you know, and a lot of people don't even know what the hell an Alfa Romeo is. I think less people know what an Alfa Romeo is. I mean, they've heard of it, right? But they're like, beyond that, they don't really know anything about it other than maybe the, you know, little 4C convertible that kind of 15 people have or whatever. But yeah, I think for Maseratis, it's kind of you know, I was thinking it's kind of bad. Hell, I mean, I can say it because I own a Maserati, because I can poo-poo on my own car, but it's kind of like a Ross dress for less, right? Go in and get your whatever you need, pay like 30-40% less, but most people won't know, right? The enthusiasts will know. The people who, you know, really know about cars or whatnot, they'll know, okay, well, yeah, that's a Ghibli, right? Or that's a Gran Turismo MC that's depreciated by like, you know, 72% off of its original MSRP. But the way it looks, the way it drives, I mean, of course I am slightly biased, but I personally think that this 2018 MC has aged very well. Does not look dated, does not look, you know, weird or old, or I think it looks very sexy. It's very modern. Love the lines on the car. The interior, yeah, it's a little bit dated. The tech is dated, but the tech on a car after a year, it's dated, right? So surely a car, you know, this thing is like 6 years old. So yeah, don't look at the GPS, don't look at the entertainment system. But if you're driving a car like this for those reasons, you got the wrong car. The interior looks nice. Leathers are great. It's a very, very comfortable cabin to be in. I still get a lot of looks, a lot of thumbs up. It's just it's a very nice looking car. And from the outside, you're like, hey, that's a really expensive looking car. Oh, and it's a Maserati. They see the Trident, and people obviously, well, I think a lot of people think, oh, you're successful or you have money, because only those type of people drive Maseratis, right? Otherwise, you'd be driving like a 3 Series or a, I don't really know that much about Mercedes, but a C-Class, A-Class. It's just a way kind of, I guess, stand out for less money. So for those of you who, you know, you might be at that part of your life where you want to drive a nice car or an expensive looking car, or you want to kind of give the impression to, you know, someone you're interested in, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, you want to kind of dress, impress the coworkers when you pull up, or whatever the case may be. You're single, looking to mingle. I think a Maserati is actually a pretty decent way, not the Ghibli, but I mean, hell, okay, even a Ghibli's, yeah, no, I don't know, the jury's out with me. It's not out, but I'm not gonna say anything more about the Ghibli. But I think, you know, Maseratis are, especially this age, this era, you know, 2010 to 2018, 2020, you know, they've depreciated, they're affordable. If you get one that's been taken care of, they're relatively reliable. Mine, I've really had no issues with so far, knock on wood. But I think a bang for your buck, and if you're wanting to kind of give that that aura, that, you know, feeling, the idea that, hey, you've made it in life somewhat and you're kind of successful, I think a Maserati is a great way to go, because you still have the, you know, the brand, the image. The Maserati brand is not dead yet, and it's not like, God, what is that? Is it Saab? You know, some of the other brands that, you know, have kind of just fallen by the wayside and gone extinct, and people have forgotten about. The Maserati still carries respect, and people still know about it. And I think it's a good way to, yeah, to kind of look like you have maybe a little more money and resources than you actually do. But hell, 70% of people driving the road won't know. They'll still think it's a great car, give you a thumbs up. And for people, if you're looking for that sort of thing, I think a Maserati is a great way to go. So, hope you guys liked the video. Give it a thumbs up, comment below, like, subscribe. Please support the channel. Hope to catch you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.